Hi, I'm Carcina. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Woo! They not like us. They not like us. Woo! Need to beg them that you disrespect Pop Nickel. I think that Oakland show gonna be your last stop now. What's up? So people wanted to know my response to the Kendrick Lamar interview. Kendrick Lamar had an interview that shocked the world. SZA interviewed him for Bazaar magazine. And in it, he gave a lot of introspective views about just life in general, but people don't care about that. They want to talk not like us, not like us, not like us. So the interview takes you deep into the person of who Kendrick Lamar is. As detractors are trying to look for anything they can find and search that they can turn into a negative to talk bad about Kendrick Lamar. They're looking for something in there that they can look and grab and use against him. And he's basically saying, like, I don't care about it like y'all do. I don't have the passion to hate like that. Like, that's not my everyday, like I have a life, I have a world, I have things that I do. So when you see these people go out of their way, and he's glad people are excited about it, I took a lot from the entire interview, more than the not like us thing that everybody, craves about. And they just get all up in arms. Yeah, everybody gets all up and down. They not like us, not like us, not like us. So Not Like Us is a great song. I just played it again this weekend, and it never gets old to me. It gets old to Drake fans. That song is played out. Yeah, until you hear it again. And you busted on the beat, Hope. So it's almost like picking your poison. You kind of get why people doing the things that they do because of the way it is. I don't really care, to be honest. The way I see it is quite devious. The way the way people are is kind of, yeah, they thought patterns is all weird anyway. Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you everybody who super chatted. That was a funny cash app I got. You asked me, Sino, what's with the breakdown of just Bronny, man? Why don't you talk about Zach Edey? You talk about Bronny like he the next coming. Bronny gonna be working at McDonald's. He's not gonna be working at McDonald's ever. He might not ever hold a job in his life. But no. No, it's a whole different being. It's a whole different aspect. No, SZA, SZA is a great artist, actually. No, SZA's not like that. No, it's what he talked about was balancing like I like the life questions. When he talked about balancing father time, with the universal dad vibes and all of that, it says he's saying, he has to battle that, the masculinity and always keeping, the wall up because of his pops. He spoke a lot about his pops being militant and teaching him all of these things that he couldn't stand as a kid. You know, pops is on him all the time, telling him these things. But now that he's older, he realized a lot of this stuff is in him as well. It's the discipline, the morals, the values, the reason he was taught these things. Like he said, the more he delved deeper into his music, the more expressive he gets with himself. That the feminine energy is right there. It's not the bravado that he grew up seeing all the time. That's who I am. The soft-spoken me, and I own to it. Like I don't have to harden my voice for people. He's like, this is where my superpower lies because it's my job to communicate. I need to be able to communicate with everyone. I need to be able to sit in front of SZA and talk to you in a way that you feel that comfortable, in a way that it's authentic for me to talk to you. And I can't do that with a wall up or a barrier. I can't do that with my full masculinity. So he's trying to say it's okay to be vulnerable in front of women. Like you ain't got to be on Front Street. I see 90% of these so-called artists, and these people are on Front Street all the time. Well, what's really interesting is that in many consensuses that they say they confuse that with people being angry, passionate, and people who have a lot of energy. They confuse that with, yeah, they confuse a lot of that with, yeah, they saying that energy, and they confuse energy with anger. And a lot of women feel like that also. I've seen a lot of black women when you like got a lot of energy and you're passionate about something, they confuse that with yeah, they confuse that with anger. And it's not anger, it's passion. Kendrick says, like, I don't believe in anger. I don't believe in an anger, like he's an angry person. He don't believe that. But he do believe in love and war, and he believed that both sides need to exist. And his awkwardness or whatever allows him to react to things that he don't identify with or who he is. You know, he's just allowing people to exist and allowing them to flow through me. You know, that's what he said. That's what I believe. Well, SZA is a fan of Kendrick, but she really don't know. Like she's a fan of him. He's a fan of her music as well, but he don't like. They're not friends. Like they're not like, hey, let's hang out together. Let's do this. Let's go to this level. And because of it, you're gonna see a whole different dynamic. Right. You're going to see a different dynamic every time. Because when you're thinking about, okay, let's talk about Kendrick Lamar, let's talk about how great Kendrick is, let's talk about how outstanding this person is, or let's talk about this song here. Kendrick captivates people because he's patient, he's smart, he's calculative, he's going to think before he does something. And just his personality. He's not out there all the time, just oversaturating himself. The fact that he's reserved and you can only have a portion of his time, that makes it more real. It makes the connection greater. Well, it depends on, like they always say, it depends on who you're rooting for. And like they said, well, if Drake would have said this, then what you would have said if Drake said that. You know, it's like, come on, man. Really? Everybody's gonna say that because that's all they care about is that situation. She asked him, what did not like you like not like us mean to you? And he say, that's the energy of who he is, the type of man he represents. If you identify with the man that I represent, then you know, like this song is for you. This man has morals. The man has values. He believes in something. He stands on something. He's not pandering to everybody else. He's a man who can recognize his mistakes and not be afraid to share those mistakes to the rest of the world. He could dig down deep into fear based ideologies, experiences, and be able to express them without feeling like he's less than a man. If I'm thinking of not like us, I'm thinking of me and whoever identifies with that. That's the difference. That's where we are. And that's what the song is about. And that's telling, because I didn't need him to do an interview to express that. If you listen to anybody who's a man or a person, the song is a great bop, but it's about the identity of what you're connected to. Now, if you're not connected to that, and you say, "Well, I don't connect myself to that. I'm connected to this." Well, then okay, I get it. This is what you're connected to. All right, it's what you're about. Can nobody change your direction on what you feel? That's what you feel. That's what you ride with, right? It's simple mathematics. People gravitate to whatever they feel is the narrative or the perspective. Yeah, well, when you're caught in a situation that that don't measure up, I just think it's different takes. People's perspectives change every day. So when you're looking at scenarios that don't fit the agenda, you're looking at something that you feel is pretty much, you want something that's eye popping and catching. But when people tell you exactly who they are and what they stand for, and if it doesn't meet what you as a person is connected to, you gravitate to whatever it is because you're so connected and used to the energy that you've been vibing with. For instance, to put it in another term, if you've been listening to drill music, right, for a while, and just drill, 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 some other music comes out that's not drill and it's really good, but you can't really gravitate to it because your mind is in drill mode. You've been listening to drill all this time and you bobbing your head to drill. Some new music come out, it might not gravitate to you because what that song is representing might not fit well with what you're vibing with at the time. So it's not on the frequency. Now, when you get into a situation where you want to expand on those comments, I mean, it's clear, it's simple, it's nothing to twist. He's morally saying, "This is me as a man." And you might say, "Well, what does that mean?" He doesn't stand for those things that he just talked about and not like us. And if you know a person that's connected with that, then because so many people in Hollywood make up these analogies, all of these crazy situations they put themselves in. No, why would I care if Kendrick Lamar is being what you think he's being difficult? Why would he be difficult? I don't understand that. He's throwing in the white flag. Why he don't want the battle? The battle ain't over. What do you mean? The battle's over. Had you not seen? No. You see, that's the problem. When people come up with all of these different tactics and they have all of these different no, I don't do anything that is what you would call fraudulent. No, I don't do that. No. I've had a hard time trying to figure out who half these people are, let alone pay attention to them. I try to listen to anybody who's being real out here. No, I just look, I'm about being realistic in the situations. I'm just like, okay, what do you want to know? I mean, I don't understand how this isn't like simply put. People are just looking to grab anything that's turn it against to I was gonna say Kyrie Irving, but but Kendrick Lamar, man, it's just crazy. Like he said, he want all the resources. He want to meet people smarter than him, information. He want to talk to them. He wants them to show him things. I just want to be fulfilled with whatever this world has to offer. That shit hypes him up. Information. He's a nerd for it. He's a nerd for that. He gets off on information, not gossip. Information. What I give you on the Patreon, information. The business video we did, that's information. You probably haven't gotten it yet. It's scheduled to go up tonight. But yes, information. We're teaching you things about business, things that you can use in your own practices of life. Information. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're about. That's the movement we're a part of. So start thinking of it in those matters and those type of footsteps and moving up in those rings. And then we can start having some real conversations and get to some other levels. But what did he say? Not like us explained. It didn't need to be explained. So I'm out. Yeah. Love, peace, and hair grease.